Well, do not adjust your set right now. I tell you, when you're with someone who is so well put together and beautiful like Jayla Thomas is, but smart as well, and a give backer, which I love so much, it's okay. I just said to her, oh my gosh, my hair, I'm going to need to do my makeup and put on a filter, but it's all good. It's all good. So, Jayla, thank you so much for joining us on Good Morning Frederick this morning.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Look, I think pageants are phenomenal. I think they're a great opportunity for young women to really a lot of times it's all about the scholarships, right? Earn money for college and all of that. I
Yes.
really love the volunteer aspect and I didn't even know this was a thing. So, kind of take us back. So you're a senior in high school right now in Somerset
Yes.
County, Maryland. Take me back to your first foray into pageants. When did all of that begin?
Oh my goodness. So, when I first got into pageantry, I was 14 years old. I have been a competitive dancer for my entire life, so the stage wasn't really anything new to me, but pageantry and public speaking were. So, I signed up for my first pageant, which was Miss Somerset County Fair Queen. And I had no idea what I was stepping into. I was so nervous, but I ended up winning that. And after that, I did some other local pageants, and then I started to compete at the state level. And then now I'm a state title holder, and now I get to compete at nationals this March in Jackson, Tennessee.
That is just amazing. And I know the one thing I love about pageants is it really does prepare you for life in things like public speaking, self confidence, really networking, all of those things that, as young people, when you're coming up, it's so great. You've got that edge on so many people who haven't done this yet. Where did the volunteer come into play for you? Have you always, as part of pageants, I know it's always kind of a mission for winners to have some sort of cause
Mhm.
and give back. What was yours and what has led you to this?
Yeah, so my serve initiative is called the Golden Rule, and it is an umbrella project. So I have three initiatives. I have the Be Kind initiative, which is for elementary school age children. I have the Face the Bull and Bullying for middle school age groups, and then A Mile in Her Shoes for high school age. And the Golden Rule, I call it that because, as we all know, the Golden Rule, treat others the way you want to be treated. So my initiatives promote kindness and anti-bullying, and I love to give people strategies for dealing with bullying, and I just love to encourage others to be kind to one another because it is something that is so, so, so important.
I agree 100%. It costs nothing to be kind to people. Where did the Miss Maryland teen volunteer, when did that start? And how does all of that work?
Yeah, so the Miss Volunteer America organization was founded by Allison DeMarcus, and its inaugural year was back in 2021. So it's only been around for about 4 years, so not very
Okay,
long,
I don't feel too
but
bad then.
yeah, so it's newer, but it is just an amazing program. We partner nationally with the Salvation Army as well as St. Jude. And my favorite one of those two, which they're both very great organizations, but I absolutely love the partnership with the Salvation Army because my grandmother grew up very underprivileged, her and her family, and the Salvation Army just helped out tremendously with the toy drives. If it wasn't for the Christmas toy drives, they wouldn't have had a Christmas, and helping out with
Yes.
food and clothing. And they just helped out my family so much. So I absolutely love that partnership. And I'm so, so, so excited to kind of be at the beginning stages because I'm only the second Miss Maryland Teen Volunteer. And so it's very cool because I feel like I'm going to be a part of the history of this pageant as
Yeah.
we see it move forward and progress even more. And I'm so excited to see how this
Yes,
program
it's
is going to
really
flourish even more.
yeah, really great to be at the beginning of something because then you can really plow the
Mhm.
way and kind
Yes.
of set it up how you want, which is very, very
Mhm.
cool. So, with these initiatives, like I said, you're from Somerset County in
Mhm.
Maryland. Do you travel to all the counties around the state as part of your title? And when were you crowned? When was this? When did this happen?
I was crowned back in September. Like I said, where it's a newer pageant, there actually wasn't a competition, so my title got appointed to me. But now that there are some directors now. We have our state pageant is in August, so I will be doing my give up then, but I've had my title since September and I do get to travel around the state, which is super fun. Anyone who knows me knows that I love road trips and I love traveling. And luckily for me, I know I'm here on the Eastern Shore, but I have family on the Western Shore. So I always have a place to stay whenever I'm doing appearances across the bay, and I absolutely love doing those appearances and being able to travel.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. And we'll have to
Mhm,
make sure if you're ever near, Baltimore or Washington, we're right in Frederick, not too far away, about 45 minutes from those. So we would love to see you and host you while if you're traveling around this area. So with your programs, your three initiatives at elementary, middle, and high school, how do you implement that? Are you doing a lot of stuff like online, virtually? How does that work for you?
Yeah, so the main thing that I do is I set up school visits. So I get to go in the elementary schools, the middle schools, and high schools, and I get to talk about each of these initiatives. But one thing that I'm trying to work on is how I can do that online and virtually, because I know if I were to win this March and be the next Miss Teen Volunteer America, fingers crossed,
Yeah.
I would have to figure out a way to get my message spread nationally, which something that I try to do now is do that on social media platforms, but I would love to be able to possibly try and do like Zoom calls with the schools. That would be something that would be helpful if I were to be the national winner. And that's something that I definitely want to look into whether or not I win, because I think it would be something that would be super duper helpful to get my message spread out to as many people as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I think technology can definitely be used for good here in
Hmm.
this case. And I know it's a message that, you know, young people need to hear over and over and over again, especially from people like you who are their peers and, not that far removed, not like a
Hmm.
parent or a teacher doing that.
Hmm.
What are your plans post grad? First of all, congrats, senior year, so fun. Are you having the best time ever?
Yes, I'm actually homeschooled, so I don't really have like the in-school experience, but I
Okay.
absolutely love being able to do online school, and I still do have a lot of friends my age since I dance and
Yeah.
I also work, so I have a lot of friends and I get to hang out with them and we get to
Ah,
do
fun.
senior year stuff.
Yeah. What's your job outside of being Miss Maryland Teen Volunteer?
Yeah, I work front desk at a hair salon called Salon Image, and I'm currently apprenticing there so that I can obtain my cosmetology license and make people feel their most beautiful self.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good. And what do you feel like you might be doing after you graduate?
Cosmetology.
Hey,
That
that's
has
it.
been my dream since I was about 10 years old. I was always doing hair and makeup on my friends when they would come over to my house. I would be like, sit down, we can't do anything. We have to do makeovers first. And then we can get all the snacks and do whatever else we want to do. But we have to do makeovers first. And I absolutely love doing that to my friends, to my cousins. And then my cousin around that time actually started going to cosmetology school. And I was like, what the heck is that? And she was like, oh, it's like cosmetology. You get to do hair and makeup. And I want to be a makeup artist and get to do people's hair for weddings. I was like, oh, so this is a job. I can get paid for doing this and giving my friends makeovers as well as other people. So it has been my dream for a very, very long time. And I'm so excited for when I do get to take my state board test and become a licensed cosmetologist.
That is phenomenal. No doubt you're going to be successful at whatever you do. I'm dead serious though. If you're traveling through central Maryland toward the west, please let us know. We'd love to see you in person. We'll line up some people to give makeovers to or something and help get you into some of these schools here because I do believe that messaging is very important for people to hear. You can't ever hear it enough on
Mhm.
how to be kind, how to stop bullying, and all of those things the high schoolers are dealing with is just,
Mhm.
oh my goodness. I think it's great that that's where you've chosen to kind of put that. We wish you all the best. We'll be cheering for you in August, right? Is that when is your thing? August?
My give up is in August, but the national pageant is in March.
We really do wish you all the best. Jayla Thomas, Miss Maryland, teen volunteer. I love it so much. Thank you so much for your time today.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.